Fellow Toastmasters, and especially Vice President of Education. This is a session for our Vice President Education to meet with District Program Quality Director, which is me. This program runs every month to share and learn what we can do as a Vice President Education for club. Today, I have invited our Club Growth Director, District 106. He was one of the best successful Vice President Education in one of our advanced club. I worked with him, I lived with him during this session when he was a Vice President Education. During his session, I saw a lot of attendance and well-designed run meeting from all members every month, every session. I would like to ask our Club Growth Director, District 106, Distinguished Toastmaster, Ed Aylward, to share what are the role of Vice President Education and how you made it success. So all members get equal opportunity to serve in different roles as well as in educational roles. Please help me welcome our Club Growth Director and one of the best Vice President Education in one of the advanced club in District 106. Mr. Ed, Distinguished Toastmaster Ed Aylward. It's all yours.
Thank you, Gopu, for the very elaborate, if somewhat exaggerated introduction. Welcome, Crystal. I'm presuming you are a VPE? Yes, excellent. I've been VPE in Saturday Morning Live, and I was VPE for 2 consecutive club years for Northside Toastmasters. Been a Toastmaster since 2007. I've held every office in the club except for I've never been the treasurer. Not really interested in handling the money. But of all the club office roles, I really enjoy VPE. It put me right in the heartbeat of the club, pretty much in touch with everything that was going on. And I found it very rewarding. Got to watch people grow, help them grow. For this evening session, I put together a PowerPoint. I'm not going to give you death by PowerPoint for an hour because I've only got 12 slides. And with your gracious acceptance, I'll get it loaded up here and just walk through it briefly with you. All right. I always manage to put the Zoom video box right over what I'm trying to look at. VPE Education Toolbox meeting today, October 18th. Thank you for your attendance. You are a rock. You are an island. You are an anchor point. You are critical to your club's success. Thank you so much for taking on the responsibilities of VPE. Thought we'd take a look at some of the VPE duties. I'm sure you're familiar with them. Probably looked through some of the information online. Maintain the meeting roles. This can be done by spreadsheet, can be done by a Google Drive document, can be done other ways. I found Google Drive was very convenient for me because other people could go in, select their meeting role assignments. The document would update automatically and just be there for me to print out, to look at from time to time and kind of monitor. The problem with a Google Drive document is there are a number of people who use their computer in their workplace and are not allowed to use Google Drive from work. So some folks just find they can't use the Google Drive. I'll show after we get out of the PowerPoint, Northside Toastmasters uses free Toast Host, or has used free Toast Host in the past to house an Excel spreadsheet. It's a little bit awkward because you can't just open it and complete the information. You've got to download it, update it, reload it, take some focus. I eventually resorted to, I'm the VPE, send me an email, I'll take care of it. Sometimes the VPE is responsible for getting the agenda ready to print, or printing the agenda, bringing it to live meetings, having it ready for a virtual meeting. Sometimes this task falls to the secretary, sometimes it falls to the Toastmaster for the day. It can be a VPE duty. Managing the club schedule. In Northside Toastmasters, the Vice President of Education opens the meeting. First person to speak welcomes guests, turns the meeting over to the club president, who offers some introductory remarks and then identifies the Toastmaster of the day. In other clubs, the Sergeant at Arms who opens the meeting and then turns the meeting over to either the club president or the Toastmaster of the day. But keep in mind that as VPE, that might fall to you. You preside in the absence of the club president, typically. That could be at a meeting, that could be at an officer meeting, any number of things. And please, please, please encourage Pathways adoption. Celebrate path progress, monitor Pathways progress. Don't let people flounder without touching Pathways. Help them, create a Zoom, get online with them, walk through it slowly as many times as you have to, get them up and running. Encouraging Pathways adoption also means tracking progress. Don't underestimate competition. People like to see where they are in relation to others. And the VPE formalizes level completions in two places. It's a little bit awkward. When you're notified that someone has completed a level, you need to approve that within Pathways, but you also need to go into Toastmasters International, go to Leadership, Club Central, and approve it there as well. Until it's approved in Club Central, it's not formally approved as a completed level. VPE gets to manage mentors within the club. Gets you exposure to trying to identify who has good skills for welcoming new members and helping to coach them along as they get started in their Toastmasters journey. You identify those folks, see if they're compatible, introduce them to each other, assign them a formal mentor-protege relationship, and watch it grow. To watch it grow, you've got to be touching base, checking in with the mentor, checking in with the protege, making sure things are on track and something's happening there and that they are remaining compatible. Encourage following of the Pathways Mentor Program. There actually is a formal Toastmasters Pathways Mentor Program in Pathways. As VPE, you get to monitor meeting quality for your club. One of the best ways to get a feeling for how your club is progressing, how it's performing, to go visit other clubs. You'll see things are done slightly differently, typically. You can pick up ideas that you might want to take back and talk to your club officers about. Maybe we could adopt this or try this. Or maybe there's some things another club is doing that just don't click for you. But it's fun to visit other clubs. Engage your club officers. You are a leader, you're a rock, you're an island for your whole team. Provide feedback to the other officers on how they're performing their roles, how they're performing their meeting roles. As necessary, call for a club officer meeting if they're not taking place. Build a team to help run club contests. Once you've got people volunteered to run a club contest, they've tested the waters, they've done that, offer to assist with running other club contests. Help each other out. Your clubs working together. Identify potential role holders who can help out at area contests. Folks who've taken a role in conducting a club contest, maybe helped another club, they're probably ready to go on and help with an area contest. Keep that in mind. Celebrate their participation as well as the success of the speakers. The folks that help run the contests are critical to making that contest happen. Let's celebrate that. Make some noise about that in your club meetings. Recognize them. You are an important talent spotter. You help to encourage and train future club officers. As a VPE, you know how fast people are working or how slowly people are working, what their goals are. You should have had a goal conversation with them. And you can be well positioned to offer somebody, you know, I think you'd be excellent at public relations. And in early May, we're having club officer elections. Would you stand for VPM or VPPR? Help to encourage future area directors. You are obviously aware at this point that our district is short area directors at the moment. We're always looking for talent, always looking for people who are willing to step out, take a risk, and grow. We're in this together. We will support people who want to become future area directors. I know Gopu is intently looking for talent for our next program year. We're still looking for talented individuals for this program year. But to focus on skills development, it's not just, I need somebody to fill the area director role. What are the skills that I might gain from that? If somebody identifies that as a safe area for them to stretch themselves and grow, by offering leadership, by offering some of the talents they already have, they're more likely to say yes than, we need a buddy. The skills you have as a VPE translate very well to other Toastmasters offices: organization and problem solving, collaboration, working with others. Don't try to do everything yourself. Positivity. I know in Pathways it was a challenge to remain positive for a while. I think we're finally at a point where we've at least reached acceptance. But let's be positive about it, particularly about what people are doing on their path, how they're progressing, how they're accomplishing their goals. Again, celebrate. Helping others to succeed. As a VPE, you see the mentor and the protege relationships, you watch those flourish, and you see people starting to achieve their goals and the sense of pride and accomplishment they have with that. It's very rewarding. Wonderful job, VPE. Helping others to find their motivation. I don't believe I can motivate anybody else. I can help them find what motivates them and get them moving. And then succession. We touched on identifying future leaders. Always be attentive to that. Help your club members find their motivation. Encourage them to collaborate with each other. Make sure your club officers are talking to each other or holding club officer meetings. Encourage succession planning. Don't ignore club officer elections until, oh, it's going to happen next Tuesday. Talk it up. Get it on your calendar. Make sure people are aware that we're going to be looking for talent. Strategic planning. What do I want our club to look like? What do we want our club to look like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? And specifically, what are the tactics? What are the steps we should take to get us there? Use the tools that Toastmasters provides. Have we done a Moments of Truth? If you look through your notes and find the last Moments of Truth was 3 years ago, take a look at your membership roster and see if half the members have turned over since then. Might be a really good time to get the input from new members. Well, that was my prepared PowerPoint slide. Gopu changed positions on me. At this point, Crystal, are you asleep? Do you have any questions from this part of the presentation?
I don't have any questions yet. I do have one that's a little bit more in depth. Would you like me to ask that now or wait till a little later?
Please go ahead. We're here for you.
Wonderful. Thank you. The question I had was specific to members completing external projects and pathways. So if a member completes an external project, do they need a formal evaluation? And does a Toastmaster actually need to be present at that project to evaluate, or is a recording acceptable?
Thank you for that question. It's a very real world situation that does happen to people very often in their workplace. Somebody will use their Toastmasters club maybe to practice and prepare for a work presentation. And because they put the work into the presentation, they want to get credit for it. It will fit somewhere in their path. The speech needs to be evaluated, and ideally, it'll be evaluated by a Toastmaster. So with a little bit of planning, you may be able to invite a Toastmaster to be present at your work meeting. But if that can't happen, there's perhaps a leader from the company, an HR representative, someone who's good at evaluating solid public speaking, the content of presentations. If you can show them a Toastmasters Pathways evaluation form, focus on what did the speaker do well, what could the speaker improve on, and in future presentations, how could that speaker challenge him or herself to grow into a better speaker. Get somebody to address those key issues. You won't need all the eye contact, audience awareness, No 5-point scale from somebody who's not a Toastmaster. Just hit the high points, get the evaluation written down, work with you as a VPE, figure out where this fits in the pathway, and check the box. We'll get it done. No free speeches. We want credit.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
All right. Yes, I don't have any questions, but it's well presented. This will be very helpful to our Vice President Education who have time to see these videos, and especially a nice question from Crystal, which we haven't covered, and we don't have much materials for those kind of things. It's a great questions. So yeah, we are, yeah, go ahead, Ed, you want to share anything?
This is a spreadsheet that Saturday Morning Live uses. Its member names were taken out, and it doesn't have the whole history in this tab. Schedule planning tab on the spreadsheet that Saturday Morning Live uses, I think, goes back to the beginning of the club many years ago. So the club only meets once per month, but for each month, VPE will go through here, assign the roles for each of the meeting roles that need to be filled. And then there's a record of it. I like the spreadsheet because I haven't quite got the Excel skills myself to make a square change colors depending on what the role is, but that technology is already built into this spreadsheet, so it's kind of fun. There's also a tab for tracking new members. What roles have they taken? And then there's a 3-month schedule. So this is an older one. So for the June meeting, members would have received a copy of this 3-month schedule, which would show for July, and I didn't put in August and September, but the copy they got would have them here. And keeps people in touch with what are the upcoming roles. Saturday Morning Live goes 3 months ahead. If you're a weekly club, going 3 months ahead, it's a whole lot of data. You might want to go 1 month ahead, just have 4 columns that show the upcoming roles. Meet twice a month, maybe go 3 months out, have 6. Make it work for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just a lot of tools available. And if you'd like, I could close this and drop it in the chat, or if you want to give me an email address, I'd be happy to send this to you. It's interesting at all.
Sure.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. Would you like to share your email address in as a PowerPoint? So this presentation is recorded. So if anybody want to contact you, they can see in this screen and email you directly.
I can do that.
And Crystal, I think you are also one of our trainers, right? Perfect. We can ask Crystal also this kind of VP Ed sessions in our club officer training round 2, starting from November 1 till February end. That's all from me today, and this is officially adjourned with our meet with Program Quality Director every month. Thank you very much for joining, and if you have any questions, we have our contact address, as well as you can go to our district106tm.org/contacts. You will find our address there, including Crystal Fenton's, and please shoot an email to us so we can help you and make your year success. Thank you.